Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karamavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padambujanmane Savila Maha Moha Graha Grasaika Karmane. The purpose of study of Vedanta is not to escape from the world, but to decide and understand and decide what is relevant for one to become free. Unless we clearly discriminate what is essential and what is not essential, we can never progress or move forward. A young man or a girl readying herself or himself to pursue a professional career has to decide what one wants to do, while all others are also choices. One can become an artist or a journalist, a writer, a medical doctor or an engineer. There are so many, but when one decides, no, this is what I want to do, then all other things are there, not that they are not required, but not for me. Because I have decided to take this particular course or profession. In the same way, in this world, there are many things that are there for many people. Not everything is for you. When you go to a mall, there are many different products are there. You don't need to buy everything. Nobody asks you to buy everything. I don't go that often to any of these places, but what I find is as soon as you step in, what first thing you see is women's clothing. All that is required for women, only the first one. Then men's thing will be somewhere in the corner, somewhere on small 2 aisles. You have to walk all the way there to find out what you can choose. In this first category of it doesn't belong to me because I don't need those things. Similarly, what we seek in this world, we must be very clear. Other things are for others, let it be so. Why do you bother about that? And Gurudev always said, Seeking is first, searching is later. Without you knowing what actually you want, how will you search? Can you say to someone, I'm searching what? I don't know what. First of all, you have to decide what you want. That is called seeking. And then, having decided the nature of that thing which you want, then search where it is. If you are going to the mall and then looking for a particular thing in your mind, then you can go to that particular aisle or the rack and then pick it up. You enter the mall with no plan. What do you want to buy? I don't know. So the Viveka, why I'm saying this Viveka is very important. Why do we study this Panchabhuta Viveka? Maha Panchabhuta Viveka. What is that? To determine that these 5 elements that constitute this world, which is what we are daily dealing with, within and without, is not me. That clarity should come that this is not me. What I am enveloped with, these upadhis that I have, or the world that is present in front of me, made of again the same 5 elements, I am independent, different from all this. That I need to discover, find out. And what is that Upanishad say? Chandogya Upanishad, Ekam eva advitiyam. Ekam, one. Eva, alone. Advitiyam, that which is one without a second. Non-dual. Now, in that context only, here the Panchadashi says, Vedas or differences are there. And based upon the differences only, we come to understand and comprehend the quality of a thing. The methodology used by the science is always categorize and understand each one separately. A mango is not apple, apple is not banana, banana is not lemon. Because the characteristics of mango is different from the nature of a banana or an apple. And what is found in the mango cannot be found in apple. And what is found in apple cannot be found in banana, etc. Distinguishing features. It can be of 3 types within itself, in its own species, and in comparison with something else. Swagata, Sajatiya, Vijadiya. Swagata, in its own, Swagata Beda. Sajatiya Beda, of the same species, like trees, if you take mango tree is different from banana tree, is different from coconut tree. And Vijadiya, a tree is not a rock, that the rock is not the water. So if you take aquatic creatures, different from wild animals, different from domestic animals, different from human is different from birds, different species. Jati. Within the species, there are differences. Between the species, there are differences. In one thing itself, there are differences. Why it is important for us to know? That is what the subject matter here. We saw in the verse number 20. Vrikshasya swagato bedaha patra pushpa faladibihi. Vrikshasya, of the tree. Swagato bedaha. Within itself, there are differences. Patra pushpa faladibihi. Like a leaf, flower, fruit, etc. Vrikshantarat, from another tree, also there is a difference. That's called sajatiya. And then vijatiya shiladibihi. Shiladitaha, sir. Shiladita. Shila aditaha. Taha panchami. From rock, etc. All right, we understood that. Okay. Now the Chandogya Upanishad statement, Ekam eva advitiyam. Ekam eva advitiyam. What is that? Advitiyam. Advitiyam, not second. There's nothing other than itself. It appears that Ekam you have already said. Why do you need to say Advitiyam? One. Advitiyam. Is it not a redundant statement? Ekam eva. That's enough, no? No, there is a reason for that. Upanishad mantras are not ambiguous. There is no repetition there. They make statements very clearly. So we'll read this here in the verse number 21. Tadat vastu no veda trayam praptam nivaryate aikyavadaranadvaita pradishete stribikramat tata tat sat vastu no veda trayam praptam nivaryate aikyavadaranadvaita pradishete stribikramat. Vastutva samanyat anatmani iva sadrupat sadrupa atma vastuni api prasaktam swagadadi vedatriyam aikya avadarana dvaita pradishedabihi abhidayakaihi ekameva advidiyam iti tribihi padai kramena nivaryate ityartha. The doubt may arise that the one singular reality, that is Sat, may also have differences like Swagata, Sajatiya, Vijatiya. But all the three have been negated by the Shruti Vakya in three words, denoting the oneness of Brahman. Its oneness, its definiteness, and third is the rejection of duality. Its oneness, and its aloneness, definedness, and the third one is no duality. Now, when you say Ekam, Ekam is one. Now, when many people are there, one person stand out of that because of his peculiar characteristics. Then you say, he's unique. He's not like others, unique. By saying that he is unique, aisa jadmi ek hi hoga. जैसा आदमी एक ही होगा. In this context of saying that that person or that thing is unique, it does not mean others don't exist. But he is unique. So by saying ekam, you have not negated all others. Please be aware of this point. By saying ekam, you are not saying others don't exist. But you are specially focusing upon the qualities and characteristics of this which is unique. No one like him. No one like this person. But that means what? The characteristics of this person is not found in anybody else. It doesn't mean others don't exist. So what you have negated by saying ekam is sajadiya nivritti. Sajadiya nivritti. Sajadiya beda nivritti. There is nothing like this. It doesn't mean others don't exist. So, ekam. Then, eva. This eva word is its fullness. Eva does means it has only ek guna. It is of one quality alone. Meaning, it does not have different characteristics put together. It's not a combination of things. Like when you say tree, tree is not a particular part of a tree. When you say tree, let us say I have got a car. So I go to the car that you are pointing out as your car. Where is your car? Here. Oh, that is bonnet. And this is steering wheel. And these are tires. This is our seats. This is a petrol tank. And that is a, what you call top ceiling. And this is a glass. It's the wiper. These are headlights. These are tail lights. Where is car? You will ask me, what is car then? Car is a combination of all this. Similarly, a tree is a combination of many things. Trunk, branch, twigs, leaves, flowers, fruits, roots. So when I say look at the tree, which part of you are looking at? Are you looking at the tree or the leaves? You will say leaf of the tree. Are you looking at the tree or the fruits? Fruit of the tree only. Of the tree. Where is tree? When you take fruit, fruit is one part of the tree, and so all parts of the tree, including fruit. The fruit can be distinguishedly seen as part of the tree. Hope this is clear. There is Swagata Beda is there in the tree. Whereas Brahman is that Eva, meaning what? There are no many characteristic qualities which make a Brahman. It's only one. Eva. And what is that Eva means? Sat. Pure existence. Swamiji, we always read that Sat, Chit and Anand, are they not three? Not at all. Sattayahi Chit. Existence alone is. So what about that? Then Sat alone is there. Then what about Chit? Chit is included in that. How? Because the existence cannot be without the awareness of existence. Can there be? I exist. Do you know? No, I don't know. That is not possible. A thing existing is known alone can be existing. A thing existing which is not known is not existing. So Satyeva Chit. And then Sat Chit, what is Ananda then? Ananda is not a derived happiness from something else. Ananda is to know that I am complete in myself. That is Ananda. I am complete in myself. There is nothing else needed to make me complete. So what is happiness? When we seek for happiness, what we mean by that is, I feel empty, incomplete without this object or a person, or accomplishing this or completing that, or going there or eating this. So Sat, conscious, existence, and Sat is itself aware of its own existence, Chit. And since nothing else is required other than itself, that is Ananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda are not three qualities of Brahman. They are three ways of looking at the same thing. So when it is said Eva Swagada Beda Rahitaha, so first one, Ekam Sajadiya Beda Rahitaha. Eva, when it is said Swagada Beda Rahitaha, Advitiyam, make it more clear. Advitiyam, meaning Vijadi. There is nothing else. There exists nothing else called second. Other than that, nothing else exists. So this is to be explained properly. So the text proceeds. We read the next verse here. Tata Sat Vastu No Veda. So this is what we saw. Aikya Avadarana Dvaida Pradishedaihi Tribihi Kramat. Kramat in succession, respectively. Aikya, oneness. Avadharana, definiteness. Dvaida Pradisheda, removal of the duality, rejection of the duality. Now you see, what? Now you see, in this mud pot, you can say there is a neck, there is a lip of the pot, neck of the pot, body of the pot, bottom of the pot. You can say that. Now, when you say lip of the pot or the neck of the pot, the body of the pot and the bottom of the pot, when you say it is complete. You cannot say pot is here and not here. Pot is a part. Pot is made of different parts. Gate nashte na mrinnashtaha. Gate nashte, no, I'm not going to break it, but I'm just giving you an example. Gate nashte, when the pot is broken, na mrinnashtaha. There is no destruction of the mud. Correct. Now, why I am taking that example is, when you say mud, the mud is not part of the pot. Not mud is the name of the pot. See, why I am giving that example is, when you say tree, tree is not part of the anything. But the point is, a tree, when you remove the leaves, tree continues to be there. When you remove the branches, tree is. But when you say branchless tree, leafless tree, can you say potless mud? Or mudless pot? If the mud is not there, where is the pot? But when there is no pot, mud continues to be. You cannot say potless mud is sitting there. Can you say potless mud is there? Now, if you have understood this point, mud does not undergo any change when the pot is broken. Gate nashte na mrinnashta. Similarly, here, let us come to this point here. Continuing the point, next he says, verse number 22. Sato na yava vamshakyaha. Let me pull that. Sato na vayavam shakyaha tadam shakyani rupanat nama rupena tasyamshaha tayoradyapyanudbhavat. Sato na vayavam shakyaha tadam shasyani rupanat nama rupena tasyam shau tayoradyapyanudbhavat. Sataha na avayavaha. Of the reality, there are no parts. Unlike a tree is made of parts. Part, P-A-R-T-S. A tree is made of parts. A car is made of parts. A building is made of parts. A human body is made of parts. Brahman is not made of parts. Tad amshasya anirupanat. Because their parts are not, even you cannot conceive of it. Brahman has no head or tail, stomach, neck. Even though in Purusha Suktam Ityadi, in that the description of Purusha is explained. Brahmano osya mukamasid bahura janyakritaha uru tadasya yadvaishah padhyagam shudro ajayata. So face is explained, shoulder is explained, trunk of the body is explained, feet is explained, Chandrama manaso jataha chaksho suryo ajayata mukadindrasagnischa prana tvayurajayata nabhya asid antariksham ityas. Then we are explaining there Purusha Suktam about the Purusha, the manifested form of Brahman, not absolute. Brahmanaha sataha na avayavaha. There are no avaya. There is no part. So sataha na avayavaha shankyaha. The doubt about whether there are parts in the Brahman, tad amshasya anirupana. There is no ability to prove that there are parts. You know why? Tasya nama rupe na. Namam cha rupam cha na. Both are neuter, therefore, nama rupe phalam phale phalani. Nama rupe na tasya. Tasya brahmanaha sadaha nama rupe na. Why do you say that? There is no nama for Brahman, then Brahman is nama. What is your name? Brahman. See, he has a name. Brahman has not even, the Brahman is not even its name. We want to understand or address it or to know, therefore it is called Brahman. So if somebody goes to a person and asks, what is your name? Big. Not pig, big. Because it's huge. Your name is big. No, I am big. So when you want to refer to that person who has no name, hey, who's this coming there? Big. What is his name? I don't know, but he's big. Why I am saying is Brihatvad Brahma. Brahman is not the name. Brahman is its nature. What? Brihatvat. Sarvagatatvat. Sarvyavapagatvat. Brahma idi uchyate. So if a Mahatma has realized in the Samadhi, the Brahmatvam, and if you ask him, have you met Brahman? Yes. That is his name? No. That is what he is. What do you mean by that? आकाश का नाम क्या है? आकाश का नाम क्या है? आकाश है. ये वो आकाश है. आकाशयति इति आकाश. It's spread and illuminating everything. It is that which is present in all and everywhere. Therefore, akasha, akasha. Deepyade iti deepti, deepa, right? What is deepa? What is deepam? Light. Why is it called light? Because it lights. Light is not the name. Light is its nature. Hope you understand that. Light is not a name. Light is what it is. So Brahman is what? Is it a name? अच्छा उसका रूप क्या है? रूप नहीं है. जिसका रूप नहीं है, नाम नहीं है, किसका वो अवयव कहां से आया? ना रूप भी नहीं है. There is no form. I mean, there is what's the possibility of parts then? If you take a lamp, a candle, let us say, unlit candle, okay, and you take it and in the dark room, you light it up, strike a match and light it. Now, the lamp is lit. Now, I ask you this question, in which direction the light is going? Tell me the direction in which the light is traveling, going. You cannot say because it spreads everywhere. It's not that light, okay, I decided to go in this direction and not this way. Because light does not have directions. Light is light. जिसका रूप नहीं है उसका अवयव कहां से आएगा? कहां आएगा? कहां से आएगा? Where there is no form, obviously there cannot be any parts. So nama tata rupa, so that's what it is said here. Nama rupe na tasya amshau. There are no nama and rupa. You know why it is? Because tayoho adi api anudbhavat. Adi api, even before the beginning, it's part. Therefore, before creation, they were not. That's why the Upanishad Sadeva Saumye Idamagra Asid. Sad eva asid. Existence alone was there, and there was no nama rupa. Moment nama rupa came, that means creation. Swamiji, yes. One boy came to me some time back. Young boy. Swamiji, I have a question. Yes. What was your name when you were normal? What do you mean by that? Huh? What do you think of me? Abnormal? Now, if I ask you, what was your name before you were born? If your parents are too farsighted, they would have kept the name even before conception. But where in the past they did not know that a boy or a girl or a monkey. No, not a boy or the girl. So how do they even give the name? What was your face looking like before you were born? An interesting thing is, even the child is only 1 day old. How? It's exactly look like a mother only. As intolerable as that. That child is constantly undergoing change every moment of in the outer born. You can never, every child looks the same, exactly the same when it's born. There's no difference at all. Yeah, people start imagining things. Yeah, he was looking like me. After that, he became like my mother. Sorry, not he. Now, see, before creation, there is no nama rupa. But before creation, existence was there. Brahman was there even before the creation. Then how can the nama rupa become that nature of the Brahman? Sadeva. Existence alone was there before the so-called creation. Creation being manifestation of names and forms. That's why it says, Tayoho adhyabhi anudbhavat. Tayoho anudbhavat. They were not there. So therefore, logic that is provided here, why we say it doesn't have avayava, why it doesn't have parts, because nambi naita, rupi naita. Nam rupa vina tad asti eva. Tad asid, tad asti, tad bhavishyati. It was, it is, and it will be. One person got up from the dream. So, he said, I walked a lot in my dream, Okay, you're wearing shoes? I don't remember. See, the thing is, you walked, you remember. You will not remember whether you're walking with the shoes or walking with slippers. Those details are not available. Is it not true? Many times you start wondering, so I was in the forest and was walking, I was trekking, etc. Is it so? Yeah. What dress you're wearing? Who cares? I don't even remember that. Similarly, Sad Asid. So without Nama and Rupa, there was existence. It is just like the mud says, I was without the pot. The mud was there before the pot, is it not? Obviously, it was there before that. There only you can make a pot out of it. Before the pot was made, what was the name of the pot, name of the mud? No name. Why? There was no form. What was his name? Mradeva Satyam. Mud alone was. Ka naam kya tha? Mud. Oh, its name is mud. Arey Baba, mud. It's not named. Anyway, I hope you understood this. So the Brahman does not have the Sajadiya Veda. Swagata Veda, there is no part because in itself there are no parts. There is no Nama Rupa. What is Srishti then? See the verse number 23 here. What is Srishti? Nama Rubhotbhava Syaiva Srishtitva Srishtita Pura Natayorudbhavastasmat Niramsham Satyata Viyat Nama Rupodbhavasyaiva Srishtitva Srishtita Pura Natayorudbhavastasmat Niramsham Satyata Viyat. Srishtihi. What is Srishti? Creation. Nama Rupa Utbhavasya Eva Srishtitvat. Creation means appearance of names and forms. Nama Rupasya Udbhavasya Eva Srishtitvat. Srishtir Nama Nama Rupa Udbhatti. My child, I just delivered a child. What is his name? No name. What is his form? No form. Something wrong with you then. Because anything that is subject to have born must have a form, and our form relates, and a name relates to that form. Without the, so therefore, Nama Rupatmakam Jagat, of the nature of, see, that is what it is said in the Drigdrishya Vivek also. Astibhadi Priyam Rupam Ramache Tamsha Panchakam Aditrayam Brahma Rupam Jagat Rupam Tatottoyam. There are 5 factors that make anything. That is one is Asti, it is. Bhati, it is aware. Priyam, desirable. Nama, name, and Rupa. Asti Bhadi Priyam Rupam Nama Chaiti Amsha Panchakam. In this, Aditrayam na Asti Bhadi Priyam. Aditrayam Brahma Rupam. Nature of Brahman is Asti Bhadi Priyam. Sat Chit Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. Jagat Rupam Tato Dvayam. The rest of the 2 is Jagat. Nama Rupa. What is Jagat then? Nama Rupa. Name and form. If in this world you remove the form and the name, Veshahanataha Swatma Darshanam Isha Darshanam Swatma Rupatah. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, Veshahanataha. When the Vesha, the form, Vesha means the form, an appearance. Hani means disappearance. Veshahanataha. When the form has disappeared, Swatma Darshanam. Atma Darshanam Katam Shakyate, Katam Bhavidam Shakyate. How is that possible for one to realize oneself? Vesh ka ahani karo. Aap, मैं ये हूं, मैं हूं, ये मैं मनुष्य हूं, मैं जीव हूं, मैं नर हूं, न नारी. This kind of identification with a particular form or an appearance, so long as it is there, Atma Darshan nahi hoga. So in this world also, whatever we see is none other than varieties of names and forms. A gold piece is taken, melted, and with the mold, Rama is made, Lakshmana is made, Sita is made, Hanumanji is made. Let us say. So, obviously, Rama would look different from Lakshmana. Lakshmana will look different from Sita. Sita will look different from Hanuman. Hanuman will look different from all others. But then, when you take all the 4 of them and put it in a heat oven and melt it, uska naam badal ga kya? Roop bhi badal hoga? Badalega? Look, then finally, what will be there? Gold. उसका नाम क्या है? Gold. वो राम, वो तो चला गया. Lakshman, वो भी. Sita, of course. Hanuman ji, कहाँ गया? Everybody became gold. So everybody became gold is a very relative statement because everybody was gold only before also. They did not become gold. Now, when the Nama Rupa is gone, their goldness is manifested, right? Earlier you're saying, I am going to worship only Rama. I am a Rama Bhakta, not Lakshmana Bhakta, Rama Bhakta. अरे भैया वो भी गोल्ड है, लक्ष्मण भी गोल्ड है, वो हनुमान भी गोल्ड है, सीता भी गोल्ड है. When the name and form are gone and become merged into gold, you realize now all of them are the same, even when they were apparently appearing distinct from each other. They were the same. ऐसा ही है जगत. Even though each one is different, looking distinctly from each other, but there is no reality of this distinction. The distinction are caused by the form to which you have given name. Nama Rupa Udbhavasya eva srishtitva srishtitaha pura. Before this creation, pura, before the creation. Na tayohu udbhavasya. Udbhavaha. Tayoho nama rupa yoho udbhavaha. There's no names and form. Tasmat, therefore, sad niramsham. The reality is no, with no parts. Yata, just like Vyat. Vyat means space. Vyachati na viramati idi Vyat. That's a definition. Vyachati, that which spreads. Vividam yachati. And na viramati, never ever is absent. In this relative world, see, everything is in space. Space is in what? When a room full of things are there, where are they? In space. Remove all the things from the room. What remains? Space. So when occupied with all the various things, also space was there, but you are not looking at it. Sometimes, when they build a new house and they look at such a big hall, very big hall. And after 1 year you go, no place to even stand there. Kya hua? Filled. When I came, first time in your home, it was such a big hall. Where was it? Now filled with so many things there. And you remove all of them, you see what? Vyat. Space. No amsha in space, no parts in space, right? Yata Vyat, just like space. So therefore, one should understand Nama Rupa Eva Jagat. Names and form. And with that Nama Rupa alone, everything has got different parts. Whereas Brahman, which was before this creation, has no amsha at all. There is no avayava. There is no part. Therefore, Swagata Veda is not possible in Brahman. This is what is to be understood. Okay, we understood Swagata Veda. Theek hai, understood. What about Sajadiya Veda? Sadantaram Sajatiyam Navai Lakshanya Varjanat Namarupopadi Vedam Vina Naiva Sato Bidha Sadantaram Sajatiyam Navai Lakshanya Varjanat Namarupopadi Vedam Vina Naiva Sato Bidha. Okay, you say there is Nama Rupa is not there in Brahman, and therefore Brahman does not have Swagata Veda. In itself, there are no parts, and therefore differences within itself is absent. Understood. But there can be a thing similar to Brahman would exist. Sajati, like a tree, mango tree, there is an apple tree. So tree, the what you call the category of tree. A banana is also a tree, or then the mango is also a tree, and then apple is also a tree. So trees are there, but one gives a banana, another gives mango, another gives a apple. But tree is tree. They look similar. The fruit that they give, the leaf that they may have some differences. Okay. If you say, other than the tree, other than this one, there is something else. Sad antaram, meaning something other than the sat. Sajatiyam, of the same class, same category. Na, not possible. Why? Vailakshanyat varjanat. Because there is nothing other than that is there. That's why the word ekam was used. Of the same kind, it doesn't exist. It is unique. So, same kind doesn't exist. Now, the interesting thing is, why did you say that? Vailakshanya varjana, what is that you mean? Nama Rupa Upadi Bedam Vina Naiva Sato Bida. One object differs from another on account of its different kind of name and form. When this itself does not have a name and form, how will you distinguish it from anything else? If you can say there is space, and other than space, there is something else also. There are table, chair. What is all there in this room? Table, chair, a computer, a laptop, and few people and space. Can you say that? This room has got many things, you know, table, chair, curtains, fan, ceiling, and space. Is it unspace? Space is not yet another thing, like others. Can you say there is Rama, there is Lakshman, there is Hanuman, and Sita, and gold? Gold is another thing, which is a separate entity. What are the things you have? I have a pot and mud. Are they mud-headed? Are there two things there? So since the mud does not have any particular form, you cannot say mud and the pot. I have a table and the wood. Similarly, would you say Brahman and something else? So Sajadi Abeda is not possible. Because between a tree, mango tree, and a banana tree, because their Nama Rupa Bedat, due to their distinguishing features of Nama and Rupa, therefore, one does not look like the other. That is not the case with Brahman and something else. Vailakshanya Varjanat. Vailakshanyam, difference, distinction. Varjanat, being absent. Nama Rupa Upadi Bedam Vina Eva Sadaha Bida. Sadaha Bida. Of the Sat, there is no difference between that and others because it does not have any name or form to distinguish itself from everything else. Whereas a human, as a person, I distinguish myself with something else because of my height and weight and color and all other things are different from somebody else. They are also human only. But that person is also a human. I am also human, but I am human plus my name and form. Otherwise, you will say, in my class, there are many people plus humans. Once it so happened, one of my students, he went to Auckland, New Zealand, somewhere. So, and he wrote to me, one of my students. So after graduating from Sandipani, he was posted there. He wrote to me after a few months. I had the first yajna in the place New Zealand, and there were 20. I had an attendance of 20. I wrote him back, how many of you are human? How many of them are sheep? Because the sheep population is more than human population. He got very vexed. I said, what do you mean? So if somebody says, I had a very good attendance today for Swamiji in my class, there were 20 of them plus human. Yeah, I can understand. For your lecture, who will be there? So you cannot say Ram, Lakshman, Sita, Hanuman plus gold. So you cannot say, you know who I am? Head, neck, trunk of the body, hands, legs, feet, plus Brahman. अलग में छोड़ दिया Brahman plus Brahman. It cannot be distinguished because it has no distinction. Features. सोचने का बात है. Think about it. That's the beauty of Panchadashi. It puts a logic in such a way you will never think about things. You put in a different way of putting the ideas there. Very unique. Om sarve bhavantu sukhanih sarve santu niramayaah sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkhamad bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.